I just know that you are currently not satisfied with the life you are living at all, but you also don't know where to start, how to grow, or how to change. If that's the case, and if that's something that you want, then stay for a few minutes and keep watching. In this video, I'm going to help you by showing you what is essential for your long-term growth and how you can overcome the most common obstacles that hinder people to grow long-term. Let's go. Stop waiting for signs and actually start doing something. Take that first step. I know why you're waiting. I know why you still didn't start. You have that fear of failure. But let me tell you that failing and starting and failing over and over again is much better than not even trying. Because when you try, there is a chance of winning. But when you don't try, how could you possibly win when you're not even trying? These are just excuses. Waiting for a sign. There is no such a thing as a sign. You either want it and you go get it, or you don't want it. That's it. Action beats waiting. Discipline beats motivation. It's the same thing as when people say, oh, I'm not motivated to do it. You don't need to be motivated. Motivation is not something that's going to bring you success, and that has been proven thousands of times. Think of the last time you were motivated to do something. Like, you thought of something life-changing and you were like, now I'm really, really motivated to do it because of that sudden dopamine kick, okay? If you keep acting just when you're motivated, this is not gonna be success in long term. You need to do things even when you're not motivated. You need to be disciplined because action beats waiting. Stop waiting for signs to start and just start. You are afraid to start, you're afraid to be seen, but you want the benefits of being seen. But genuinely, there is a thing that I don't understand, and it's that starting is much more scary to people than living the life that they're living right now that they're not happy with. Like, you're more afraid of starting and being seen than trying to get yourself out of the life that you don't desire. How does that make sense? In my world, that just means that you don't want it enough. Because if you wanted it enough, you would have started. And a lot of you guys give up when it gets hard, when you don't get what you want overnight. No, you're not gonna grow like this. Growth takes time, real growth. The people that get something overnight, they will also lose it like this overnight. Long-term growth needs long-term building. The longer you wait for the signs, the longer you're gonna need to start and actually build something. And if you wait for if you're a person that waits for the signs, you will always find an excuse to not start again. And this is not because you need a sign, this is because you have a fear of failure. You don't want to fail. You feel like a loser if you fail. But in reality, you are a loser if you don't start. Number 2, something that plays a huge role in how you are gonna develop are the people around you. Your surrounding. Very important. First of all, stop running after people that clearly don't want to be with you. Stop going back to your exes. Stop being in a relationship just to not end up alone. Stop being afraid to be alone, which is what I talked about in this video. I think in order to understand this fully, it will be a good idea to watch my previous video too. Stop having human relationships that do not guide you anywhere. Stop acting like you are never gonna find anyone else if that person leaves, because the truth is that toxic person that you're in a relationship with right now, or that you have as a friend and call them your bestie, these people and their toxicity is the one thing keeping you from growing. Also, this is pathetic. Why do you keep running after a person that clearly shows you that they do not want to have you in their life? You are a dog. Even a dog, that smart animal, has more self-respect than you. First of all that chasing games, they keep you in survival mode. Because you keep wondering, when is the next time they're gonna abandon me? If that's the life you choose to live, I'm sorry for you. But this is why you found my channel, luckily. When you are in a survival mode, okay, you don't get the time to focus on yourself. And focusing on yourself is the one most required thing for self-growth. You keep tracking what they're doing, who they are with. All of this is very, very energy consuming. And you cannot relax. You cannot think about yourself. You only keep Now your only focus is how to keep that person. Don't be worried about losing the other person. Be worried about losing yourself. Make space for the new things. If you keep the people in your life that are clearly not deserving to be in your life, how is there gonna be any space for the new people that are supposed to come in? If you let your cheating boyfriend in every time he cheats on you, and yet you keep dreaming of a perfect man and husband, how are you gonna find that perfect husband? Oh, you believe that your cheating boyfriend is just gonna be waking up one day, he's gonna be like, that poor girl that I've been cheating on, she's actually such an amazing girl, let me wife her up. No, he'll keep cheating and you'll continue being miserable. Like, why do you even want to give these people the benefit of being at the same place as you? Like, I don't understand. Like, when I feel like somebody is betraying me or using me, like, I get disgusted. How can I genuinely cannot allow somebody to be at the same place as me, talking to my face after betraying me, after mistreating me, after showing me that I don't matter to them. Like, I genuinely feel disgusted. I cannot even talk to that person. How can you people constantly take them back in and give them 1,000 chances? Start being disgusted and start saying, no, I don't want to accept this for myself. Every time you hold on to something that wants to be set free, it's gonna try to run even faster. You will never ever be able to keep somebody. And once you realize this, and once you accept this in your brain, it's gonna be life-changing. If they don't help you grow, they shouldn't be there. End of discussion. Stop hanging out with people that share the same past as you and start hanging out with people that share the same goals as you. I was always making the mistake of wanting to find people and connect with them through our past, which is a huge mistake. And if you're still doing this, please watch this, because this is gonna change your perspective. I know there are a lot of people out there with good hearts watching this video right now that want to help, that know how it is to feel lonely, that know how it is to feel like nobody ever listens to you, nobody ever gets you, nobody ever understands you, and you want to be with those people that share the same past as you, right? You want to help them. The problem with those people is that you have evolved and you are ready to grow, but they aren't. They keep victimizing themselves. They keep living in that sadness of theirs because they got used to it. And they are not ready to grow with you. This is the problem with people that share the same past as you. And most of the time, these people don't want help, they want your attention. They don't actually even want to grow, they just need you to feed off your energy. This is why you should find people that share the same ambition and the same goals as you. Because those people that share the goals of creating a better future with you are these people who are ready to move on from their past, that don't want to look back anymore, that only want to look ahead of them. And this is the type of people that you should be around if you want growth. No matter what happened to you in the past, you need to move forward. Time is not gonna wait for you to make your decision. You need to be the one to ask yourself, do I actually want to keep living like this, or do I want to change? Nobody cares what happened to you. Nobody cares how you were treated. And this is the sad truth. No one will care about you and your past until you make it big. No one ever. You should never forget your past, but you shouldn't let you stop you from growing. You should use it as motivation to grow and not make it a reason that you are not able to grow. Which leads me to my next point: stop victimizing yourself. I get so sick of these people constantly complaining, constantly victimizing themselves. Everything is awful, nothing goes the right way for them. Like, when I sit next to a person like this in a room, I genuinely get secondhand embarrassment for them. Like, how can you be living your life all the time being like, nothing works for me, this and that happened to me in the past. Oh, but do you know what I went through? Every person on this planet Earth went through something. No matter what happens to you, you cannot just be sitting there and expecting a change, expecting a better life, but not doing anything about it. And victimizing yourself is gonna be one of those things that will hinder you the most. You keep bringing your own self down. You tell your own self that you're not capable of doing something. There is no limit. If you see somebody else having something, it's 100% achievable. Everything that you can possibly think of is achievable. If somebody else has gotten it, it's a proof that it's possible to get it. Stop underestimating yourself. Realize that your possibilities are endless and your potential is infinite. There is not gonna be change unless that you decide that you want to become a stronger person today. Because victimizing yourself is weak as hell. And it's harming no other person but you. And with this, you've reached the end of this video. My name is Julia Talks, and I'm here with the purpose of giving you advice that you need to hear in order to expand your horizons and to grow. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date when I post my next advice. I love you and I see you soon. Bye bye.